Hello everyone, Yaya back at it with another video. This one's gonna be a little different. Something I don't really do a lot, if at all. And this might be my first like kind of just Q&A type deal because I'm seeing a lot of them. I am getting a lot, like I am responding to them on YouTube and everything from you guys. But I think it's better to explain it rather than just typing it to kind of clear up the confusion. I may have to swap to explain the glyphs a little bit. But real quickly, so with the crit, let's just start off with the crit. Oma, I see you there. We're gonna start with you because you're the easiest to explain. So crit, guys, I run two different builds. Okay, first off, two different builds for two different purposes. The 348 crit, and I did label them. The 348 is strictly for higher dungeons. So, for example, like CS normal and CS hard, for example, and AQ. Okay, sometimes, yes, I'll run it with the Grotto of Lost Souls as well, just because it is a 460 dungeon and I don't feel like switching. And because I'm still learning the dungeon, I don't want to sacrifice my crit for damage for the time being until I get to that point. So that being out of the way, the 348 is strictly for higher dungeons. So because the bosses have more health, more endurance, so I need a crit at least 85 to 95% of the time. With this build, I obviously do. I think if I'm right, I'm gonna probably ballpark it. My crit is around 450 in total, from food to buffs and everything. And obviously it's a little more with the mystic, obviously. Now this is already kind of where it's at, for the fact that it doesn't matter if I run with a priest or a mystic, it's still high enough with food and the extra 60 you get from blocking on a lancer. So it's already kind of there, so I don't need to worry too much about it all. Now, Mystic will just push it even further, which is why I said 85 to 95, because you're still going to get blues and everything here and there, but the Mystic will kind of shorten it a little bit, pushing it more to about 95. Priest, I want to say at least 90% you will crit, at least with my experience. Now, the 308, okay? And again, don't mind the crystals. You can swap out for a threatening if you need to. It all depends on your build. The 308 is strictly for like AA down. That's all it's for, is AA down. So minus the corrupted Skynest and AQ, but everything else down. You'll be fine in Sky Cruiser. You'll be fine in Dark Reach. And everything, like, you will be fine if you do these other dungeons. I only do Dark Reach normal and stuff. I don't do the Forbidden Arenas. I think they're bad. But all these other ones, you'll be fine. You won't, it doesn't matter. You'll generate enough crit, just blocking normally and everything. So that's what when I explain to Oma, what I mean as it's situational. I don't go just based off my healer. I go based off the dungeon, what the dungeon requires, what I'm seeing in the dungeon, and then I just adjust to that, and then the healer will just kind of tack on, because I'm always using some type of food buff, regardless. All right, so let's go with the next one. We're not going to do glyphs just yet, because I don't want to waste it. PvP build. I don't know how to actually go into that one, for the fact that I do not. I'm not trying to be rude, guys, with the whole PvP build. I am not giving away my PvP build on my main at all. For the fact that, one, like I explained to him or her, it's not. I'm not saying it's not functional. It's totally functional. Okay. I don't feel comfortable releasing it just yet. For the fact that I don't want to give something that's just functional. I want to make sure it's good, it works. For the most part, it'll work on just about every class. So for that, I can show my baby Lancer. I don't mind showing my baby Lancer's build, but I will not show my main build. That is, so give me a second here. Let me actually I gotta hide everything too real quickly. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna switch to my BRB build, my BRB thing, real quickly. It's gonna say stream, blah blah blah, well whatever, but there are things right now I cannot show. All right. Sorry, I hope you guys understand. But I can't. You'd be like, guys, what the flip, blah blah blah. Oh, I'm gonna get jumped. Totally forgot that this character is on. How far can I fly out? Oh shoot, I can hide way over here. Say less. No one jump me, please. So let's just start a little, so I don't know what preset I'm on. Oop, let's just call this PvP real quickly, just so I know what the heck I'm on. Save and close. So let's just really reset the glyphs real quickly. So let's just say for a Lancer thing, you're probably gonna sit there, wall up. Obviously, that's kind of what you're kind of do. Chain leash. It depends on what your cooldown is already. Depends on your glyph points already. So let's just kind of skip that. So my build is or my setups is kind of the same as my main. I have my 2 leashes, blah blah blah. Just so I can sit there and chain. Obviously my main has better cooldown, but I mean, done. Master leash. I mean, you could do this, not whatever. Front defense, obviously for more than just just for PvE reasons. This is phenomenal for a Lancer in PvP and your group. It's amazing. Lockdown. Let's just kind of skip. Adrenaline rush, obviously, because you want to sit there and activate your skills faster. Second wind, it honestly depends on your cooldowns already and your glyph points already. So I'm not going to go with that just yet. So skip that. Debilitate, you already know. You want to kind of have the lingering one for the fact that you want for it to linger, force the priest or mystic to cleanse. Leash, obviously you already know. Decrease cooldown, decrease attack speed. You don't need aggro. You can run the range if you want. I'm not going to. Shield count, because you want to keep your RE up just in case you have to block. Speed casting, increase effect duration. Obviously, since increase that damage. Challenging shout, you can do this. Increase the endurance. Obviously, if you're going to use it, increase the casting speed. And if you're having troubles with RE, you can run this. But as long as you're kind of maintaining everything and your cooldowns are pretty good, you shouldn't really need it. Hence, shouldn't is the thing. Increase RE by 500. You already know that. I wouldn't say no to this, but again, I only have 61 glyph points, so it's like I'm gonna kind of focus somewhere else just a little bit. So that being said, I would do probably double the chance to crit. Personally, for Onslaught, just because you're going to go into Shield Bash, do that. Was it Shield Bash Lockdown, or is it Shield Bash Onslaught? Oh, then Lockdown. Yeah, so you kind of want this. It already has the duration, it already has the cast speed. Onslaught, you want the double chance to crit. So that'll help you out. And again, it depends on your cooldowns already. Like this one's pretty bad. I have, looks like a long minute, probably a minute and a half for second wind. So if you're being targeted a lot, you might want to opt out for second wind cooldown. But it already depends on what your cooldowns are already is the issue. So you're going to have to play with it. Now, I would go with this build just for the fact that it's your basic build all around that will work. You just might have to tweak it a little bit depending on your situation is the thing. So hopefully that helps you. What's your name? Steven. I'm not going to pronounce those, but Steven 893, whatever. So that's the build I would kind of look at a little bit, just quickly going over this, and all that. So hopefully that helps you. If you need to tweak it. I'm not saying that this is the best build. This character only has 61 glyphs, which I think I can also go into something else. Let's do this. Hopefully I don't get jumped again. So let's see. Because next is the glyphs. Let's see. Where are me glyphs? I think they're back here. Maybe? Dawnfall. I don't want to get jumped. I'm not on this character anyways. I don't want to be a fodder. So anyway, glyphs. Glyphs are the next thing. I will do a PvE build here shortly, but basically do I have enough to actually show you? I do. So say like, what's your name real quickly? Sorry, dude. It's Fabio. Sorry, bro. I'm like making sure I'm like at least partially saying your name. Yeah. So I got that. I'm making sure your questions too. Several glyphs that are essential. I have at least 10. Okay, so yeah. So basically, if you guys ever do glyphs, let me also fix my zoom in. 70%. So when you guys do glyphs, I would just honestly max out all the glyphs. So you're gonna have all these, right? I would just get them regardless, because like for example, like this one will be glyph points 2. It decreases the glyph point requirement, so it's pretty good, and they also amp them up too a little bit sometimes, make the glyph better. All glyphs, I would mark them as essential, regardless of what anyone is probably going to say in this video or in the comment section. I mark every glyph essential for the fact that when you sit there and get 64, 65 glyph points, from getting, I think all these at least 30, I think it is. Let me see. 30. Oh, what are you? Oh, is there none for this one? Or is it 20? Okay, so you don't get one there. Okay, so you get 3 extra. Looks like. So for that, I mark every glyph essential because you're going to probably just end up putting one just somewhere because you end up using the skill, but just not as much. But, due to the glyph count, you might as well. So, for example, let's just do it on my baby Lancer because I do, one day got to get them is the thing. So go, Dawnstorm tokens. I will go over how to get those soon. Find wherever your class is. Just slide down, and then doesn't matter if it's green or blue, you need them. So let's just go Glyph of Threat. Grab it. Okay. Done. Use it. Done. You learned the threatening shield counter. Next, if I go to my skills, this is obviously the PvP build. So we're going to go here, PvE. Save, enter. And as you see, it already has my PvE build because I forgot to name it. But look, right there. It already puts it. It's right there. Done. So, and it says increase aggro by 120 because that's what the glyph did. So there's all that. So if you already have the glyph acquired, you upgrade it essentially, it will automatically upgrade it in your skills. And depending on if it decreases the glyph count of that original glyph that you learned or upgraded, you'll have extra glyph points, and then you can put wherever you feel as necessary, so to say. Was there a two-part to yours? Sorry, Fabio, I'm just making sure. Okay, yeah. So, essential, all of them. Value, all of them. Now, say like you have a duplicate of one, just get rid of it. There's no point, obviously, in having duplicates. It's natural to have few of them. But anyways, let's start working on the where to get these glyphs. If you don't know about them, there's two ways. I just go straight to IOD or Island of Dawn. Just go to Vanguards. Literally, just go all the way down. You'll see these. You want to look for these ones: the Brutal Iron, the Naga Battle Mat, the brutal ones. So, the Brutal Iron Giants are really simple, easy to kill, nothing crazy. You just hit triangle on them, and it'll take you to Island of Dawn. Now, you do need 70, so you're gonna have to kill a few of these to, max out all your glyphs. But for some reason, you can't do this. The other place to get glyphs, and they're not as good. They're just simple glyphs if you're not to that point yet, is Sabex. I don't have a scroll, so I can't really teleport. But if you go here, the map, and then it should be Spring Valley, and then over here, Sabex Armory is where you are going to get some glyph box. You open them up and just keep opening them until you kind of get every single glyph point that it allows you to do, and then just move on to IOD. IOD, you can obviously be in a group, but remember that every kill that you do goes to each person. So if you have 5 people, you have to get 5 kills so each person has 1 on their Vanguard. So essentially you need to kill 50 in total for everyone to get 1 Vanguard. That's a lot of doing. So I would do it by yourself, change channels, whatever you guys got to do to do that. Making sure here, I'm just making sure like all these other questions here that did pop up and everything. Okay. Fabio, you also have another question about equipment. So equipment, this is just standard. Obviously my main's a little different, but no, we don't need it in chat. Your basic, and I have a threatening because this is my baby Lancer, so it's not going to really be doing much. But you can do this. I run double cooldown on the weapon, flat out damage, enrage monsters, then aggro towards me because I'm a tank. Obviously, standard rolls when you're a Lancer. Chest piece, I run the Onslaught one because I'm trying to increase my damage because my build revolves around Onslaught. It's about 9-second cooldown. Maybe, it's 12 on this one. But regardless, I still use it. So I run that one. You can swap it out to something else if you so choose to, but I end up running with this. Can I show? Yeah. Shield counter is not bad if you run shield counter, but I would honestly run either Spring or Onslaught. My two thoughts on that. Shield counter is not bad, but it only activates when you block successfully, but it also doesn't really do that much damage, essentially for the fact that you do have to block. So either Spring or Onslaught. Like I said, standard rolls. You're going to run the decreased damage by 6. Decreased damage taken by frontal attacks. Decreased damage from enraged monsters. Decreased damage by 8% with the most aggro towards you. Simple tank rolls, so to say. Let's put that back on. Gloves. You're going to run your standard. Really? Come on. While they're equipped. Blah, 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 blah. Power 5. crit 9, attack speed by 2.25. Standard rolls. And then boots, I run these ones. You can kind of do whatever you want. Endurance 4, the increased movement speed by 6, and then replenishment by 2% for every 5 seconds. I have a mana issue, so I run this. Now you can run decreased duration of slowing effects, essentially. But you know, the rest of these rolls are kind of more for PvP. But even if you're doing PvP, I would honestly still kind of run with these 3. Just because they are all around good rolls, decent rolls that will carry you through just about everything. Gear wise, again, this is my baby one, so I did a different kind of approach about this for the fact that this is kind of where most people are going to be in Tera. Now, yes, there are some people that are going to be, you know, Kaya's plus anywhere from 0 to plus 9, who already know this game, but this is more for people who are, you know, learning the game, or Heroic Oath, Frax, or whatever. So if you're kind of up there, I don't care. I don't want to hear your opinion about, you know, oh, I run this, or what, like that's what you run. You know about the game. This is for kind of your standard player. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being blunt. You know, so this is just to help the average player. Probably should have said that in the start, to be honest. But whatever. Moving on. Carving, pumped. You can run carving. Don't get me wrong. You can run all carving, be just fine. I run at least one pumped to kind of balance out my crit and power. Okay. Next. If you have etchings, if you have them, don't force yourself to get them yet. I'm just spoiled, and I have extras. You want to run all pumped. Okay, if you can't crit it, don't worry about it. The point is to kind of help balance out everything. Do I recommend etching them right away? No. If you don't have the resources, don't waste, you know, what you got. So just focus on just the upgrades. Then when you get to ethereal, like for example this one, then etch it. You know, if you crit, amazing. If you don't crit, do not force it. Get everything else etched out first. Like for example, like these two are pump 3, whatever. You know, so don't force it if it's not gonna happen. You know, and also again, if you don't have the resources, don't do it. If you know, just let it be, and etch it and leave it be if it doesn't crit. If you're ethereal, if you're entropy and you have the resources, like I said, they're entropy. It's not the max that you can go. Just etch it and leave it be. You know, for example, like these, they're etched, but I don't care for them because they're not entropy yet. Now, does it matter when you're entropy? Yes, because you can entropy. I mean, ethereal's technically the. Oh, I hit my video, so if it messes up everything, sorry. You know, ethereal is kind of like that almost last jewelry that you can acquire, but abyssal is the last one that you can achieve at this moment in time in Tera. That being said, that's when I would start to kind of bit by bit tier 4, tier 5 your jewelry. You know, if you only have tier 3 to tier 4s, then tier 4 your jewelries. Yaya, my main, literally is still tier 4 to this day. To this day is still tier 4 with like maybe I think a T5 belt, because that's all I get dropped for me. So don't feel bad. Just tier 4 everything and you'll be fine. It'll carry you through everything. You'll still do a lot of damage depending on how you build it. My voice cracked too. Sorry, that was a little disgusting. So yes, you'll still maintain aggro if your rotation is right. You'll still do damage, providing your accessories are set up right, and all that. And that's how I would prioritize it all. Now, let's just take a different approach real quickly, because there's a lot for this one, and I'm already 24 minutes in. So, for example, say like, well, your build's more pumped than carving. Okay, fine. That's totally fine. You can go the opposite route about it. Just remember that instead of pumped, you're going to have to go keen or carving, which is crit. You're going to have to go keen etchings and keen versks. And regardless of your build, I don't have it on this character. No, I don't. But for the chest and boots, regardless, I would do keen 4, and if they crit, cool, they hit keen 5. Just for the fact that you want to try and have a lot of crit. I'm not saying it's like a wrong build. I've seen it happen, but it doesn't exactly work. But that's how I would try and fix it: is to go keen everything else, keen versks, keen etchings. Even in the belt, I would, instead of doing pumped, I would do keen instead to balance out all that, and I would run lambs on top of that. And even in your brooch, if you have brooch etchings like mine's pump 2, I would run a keen instead of a pumped, just to try and balance out everything that said person did. For example, if they did all pumped rather than carving, because lancers, it's RNG based on your crit and energetic. I would try and get something like this, a 465 or a 555 or a 666, no pun intended, on the energetic masks. Is it possible? Yes. I have some of my characters have like a 565, some have a 665 energetic crit type stats. It's possible. Like I said, it's just rare to see something like this. So try, also try and aim for that, an energetic mask, but all crit stats, for example. And if you have the essences, grab the absolute bracelet of equilibrium. That'll snag you another 26 crit. So again, this is why mine's a little different on this main, or my baby lancer, because not everyone's gonna have a bracelet right out the bat, and all that. Hence why I'm on this character now, not my main. So that's how I would go about it when it comes to gear, Fabio, and the approach about it, and same thing with everyone else. If you're having tank issues or want to get into it but don't know, that's how I would honestly approach it for a PvE standpoint, based on stats, setup, what to kind of do, and all that. I'm pretty sure I finally just got every single thing snagged out of here. So I'm just making sure with these questions, because I just got home and everything, and I was just like, well, I'll just do this real quickly because people are asking questions, and I do want to explain it. I think hearing it and seeing it is better rather than trying to just type it out and everything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I think I got everywhere. So hopefully I do hope, because this video is gonna be kind of long just based on everything. Oh, I did miss one thing. The innerwear. So there's many innerwears. Lancer, crit, all the way crit. Crit. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. Crit. So, if you have the dough, I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying if you do and you want to, snag yourself one from the Tera broker. Go straight for the Marumas or the 2022 fleece one. Those are the top end best stuff you are going to get. If you can't, then Cat's Paw is really good. I think it's 26, 24, 26. It's within that range, honestly. I'm in skill books, wrong area. But say like you don't have that, but say like you got gold, right? You got at least some type of dough. Let's go here. Can I just type in crit? CRIT. Hopefully this works. No. Is there none? Power, endurance, crit. Really? Are you not going? Okay, fine. So let's just kind of work our way up from like the top end and kind of, yeah. So the fleece, if you have like the actual money you want to open up your wallet, I would go and try and snag yourself one from the Tera store if it's on the Tera store. If you have the gold and it's not going to hurt your pocket, obviously buy a fleece one, but try and buy it cheaply. I'm not saying, you go for the most expensive one, 7.5 mil, because it's the same stats. Same it's just people are being greedy. If you don't have that much, but say like you got, oh shoot, I'm trying to find it real quickly. Oh, is there none? Power. Okay, so I don't know, but say like you got at least a few mil, whatever. I would snag yourself, a fortified basic innerwear, 24 crit. It's all right. It's not gonna, it's not the best, but I mean, the 24 will add, so it's not that bad. If there was a cat's paw or a Marumas and you have the gold, like I said, I would kind of go for more of these because they offer you more crit, more health. There is the defense modifier that obviously ranges. Like the 2022 has 90 more than the Marumas because the 2022 is the best that you can acquire. But the Marumas is still pretty good. And that's either if you did a full power build or a crit build. It doesn't matter. Crit, Innerwear all the way. Okay, we'll say like, well, what if you don't have both of these? You don't have money to open up your wallet with, or you don't have gold. Or say you have gold but not enough, and you can't even get the 400, where was that? 400 one, right? Like kind of max out. Try and look around real quickly. Like, look. There is a fortified signature Innerwear, 20 crit. That's amazing, 35K. Okay, but say like for some reason you're trying to save your gold, right? You don't want to spend the 35K. And no one's willing to kind of help you out. Okay, fine. Sorry, I actually have to find it real quickly because I don't know where I put it is the issue. I should have planned this out better, honestly, but do I care? No, not really. Yeah, I have no idea where I put it. Right here. Aha. So the gold finger token. So these are when you do the, I'll actually figure out the name here shortly. Velix opportunity, and you do that about 2 times depending on your membership. Gold is 2, silver is 1. And gold and bronze is 1 or something like that, or however they now did it. But basically, save up till you have about 40 of these tokens. You actually get a lot depending on the amount of characters you have, obviously. On top of other goodies, superior stat changes, rare stat changes, all those other goodies. I recommend doing them. But like I said, open these slowly, and if you get a decent crit one, amazing. If if you're just starting out, regardless of what you get, if you cannot buy a decent one, then get one of these, put it on. Regardless, it'll increase your eye level. It'll give you some type of stat at least, and all of that if you do not have a crit one already. And I would, kind of keep doing all those, at least 2, farm gold and everything, so you can try and save up for a 20 crit or a 24 crit. A 32 crit or a 36 crit Innerwear, depending on how far you want to go, and also farm these so you can at least get I think the signatures will drop a 20 crit. The basic ones I think you can go up to a 24 with those. The cat's paw will drop from these, I believe, don't quote me. Which all of them range from 20 crit to 24. 20 to 24. I don't think a 26 drops. But like I said, my numbers are kind of ranging, so don't quote me on any absolute numbers. I'm just ranging with kind of like what I remember because it's been a while since I've had to do this. Just saying. And this is just for tank. If you're doing like another character, it's a little different, because you have to take a different approach about it. Other than that, that is basically Lancer from Glyphs, the essential glyphs, priority of glyphs. You know, as I said, everything with the glyphs. Get everything. See where you're at with glyphs. See how many glyph points you got. All that. My PvE setup. I'm gonna show it. I'm not gonna explain it, but 3 here, 2 here, 3 here, 2 here. I don't run this for the fact that I'm always hitting debilitate. There's no point in spending 4 points if you can't, one, decrease the glyph. It hogs up 4 points, and you're always hitting it regardless anyways. There's no point. Infuriate, decrease the cooldown, and then Adrenaline Rush, get the Swift Adrenaline Rush, Shield Barrage to increase the aggro, the threatening Shield Barrage. Lockdown for more aggro, might as well, and front defense, Rally Cry basically. Wall up, obviously increase the damage and the double chance to crit, which is why I'm saying crit, because you could have 450, like I almost pushed, and still not crit. I'm just saying, it's there, it's happened, I've seen it, it's made me angry. Okay, and that is everything else. That is the PvE build I run on both characters. This is a PvE build that I've opened up to, publicly announced what I run for PvE. PvP, I just made a quick one based on my glyphs, my glyph point for this character, for the fact that I want to at least release something that is appropriate for PvP that will work for the most part. So this is what I would run, you know, as I stated kind of when I started doing this. Now, if you guys want to see some PvP, let me know in the comment section. I will show it. My rotation on PvP, on how I approach PvP, and all that. So, but that being said, guys, that is everything on Lancer, from glyphs to gear, the priorities of glyphs, the priority of gear, the priority of, you know, what corresponds with, you know, gear, the etchings, the versks, the just everything. And for some reason, someone went pumped instead of crit, you know, to how to kind of fix that a little bit and all that. If you went a little too far and you went ethereal and abyss for some reason. Anyways, guys, if any other questions come up, please let me know in the comment section. If there's a lot of them and I feel like it's better to explain those questions again, I will kind of do this approach. Please let me know how this kind of Q&A went, because this is kind of like my first Q&A, I think, anyways. I think so. Because I'm not used to these type of videos. I'm more of say, hey, here's the dungeon, this is what I do, bye, you know. So please let me know, guys. And if there's any other characters you guys want to see, I have other characters up there that I would say I'm proficient at. Not saying I'm a master at, but I would say proficient enough to where I could easily go into AQ. I could sit there and go into CS and at least do something, you know, help the group out, you know, and still do damage. So if there's other classes you guys want to see, please let me know. I will release those characters as well. Anyways, guys, this is dragging on. We're going on almost 40 minutes. Sorry for this long video. There's a lot that goes into just a Lancer alone, like a lot. And if I was to sit here and go over every little detail, it would take hours and hours to literally explain everything on a Lancer. Just because there's so much that goes with the Lancer, it's stupid. Like, literally stupid. But anyways, guys, love you all. Thank you for the questions. If any more, like I said, come up, let me know. Please let me know how I did on this, how I can improve, because I know I don't really do a lot of videos because I've been busy with work. I've recently gotten, you know, my first tattoos. I've been dealing with that, so I haven't, you know, haven't really been doing much lately. Anyways, guys, love you all. Please share this video. Please show other people who are trying to play a Lancer, get into Lancering, and all that. And also, you guys, if you see me in the game, whisper me. I don't bite, literally. If I don't see it, I will say, hey, sorry, I did not see it. Just saying. But I do give that constructive criticism. So please don't take it as I'm being rude or mean. It is because I'm trying to better everyone. I want to help the best way I can, and that is saying, hey, no, this is what I do for these reasons. For example, I'm not going to just be like, bruh, you're just dumb. I'm going to be like, hey, this is what I do for these reasons, so I would recommend this rather than doing this. So if you're okay with that, please hook me up or just listen to this video and all that. But like I said, if you see me in the game, hook me up or, see if I can VC for, a quick minute or something. I don't mind. I want to help where I can, benefit or be beneficial for newer players or help players that are struggling a bit. Anyways, this is dragging on again. So I'm going to end this right now. You guys know what I'm kind of getting at now. Anyways, love y'all. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Any questions, put them down. Anything else, put them down in the comment section. Share the video. Thank you, everyone. Bye.